Let's take a look at the chart, guys. If you guys are ready to figure out the revenue and profits and the average selling price, all that kind of stuff, smash that like button because I know it's not smashed. Come on, man. All right, let's go. So here's a Tesla stock price prediction chart. By the way, guys, this is all available on Patreon and it's all customizable. You guys can go there, play around with it, change the numbers, see what the numbers will be. So it's really, really cool and it's a way of supporting me. If you guys are interested, man, I really appreciate it. If you guys can at least check the page out, over here, link in the corner. All right, let's go back to this. So I put the average selling price or average vehicle sales for Q3 down to 43,000. Now it looks like 42,500 is more likely, but I'm gonna put 43,000. Automotive credits, I put here $400 million. Services, of course, more Teslas you have on the road, the higher service is going to be, with about 8% profit margin on that, about $200 million. Leasing, about $575 million. Now leasing, I do think this is a bit optimistic number. I do think it's gonna be a little bit less than that because interest rates are high. Leasing numbers are high. Despite that, Tesla is working very hard to extend the year, so all you gotta pay is like $329, $399, whatever the price is recently, which is freaking a bargain for a Tesla. Still, I do think leasing is not gonna be the greatest thing, and financing at the same time, but leasing does bring good profits to Tesla, about over 40%. Around $236 million in profits. Vehicle gross profits, I put it here at 16.5%. That's only because we brought down the average selling price and Tesla not producing more vehicles, not benefiting from economy of scale. So the gross profits for vehicles does drop there as well. I got Tesla Energy here at $1.9 billion. Tesla Energy profits around an 18% margin, $342 million, growing extremely fast, and I don't doubt this at all. Operating costs, pretty much almost $2 billion here. Taxes, about $250 million. Other income, including interest. Now here's the thing, guys. Tesla has a large cash position. And the banks are giving 4, 5, 6% interest rate back on your money. So I do think that's where Tesla has parked most of their money. Now $500 million, I do think I'm being conservative. I think it is more closer to 700, maybe even $800 million, as we saw in Q2. 627 million. That's insane, but I put here $500 million. Stock-based compensation for Q3 and Q4 is $450 million as well. Shares outstanding, it is also being diluted. We're not getting any buybacks or anything yet. So obviously employees are still purchasing stock within the company. So we do have dilution still until Tesla does a buyback, which I think they'll do in a couple years or so. But now let's go ahead and see what the revenue profits will be for Q3 and the stock price. This is going to get really juicy. So they did about 435,059 vehicle deliveries. Bam. Look at that. We get total vehicle revenue $18.7 billion. Sheesh, that's crazy. That's less than Q1's. Wow. With 16.5 gross profits, we get over 3 billion, which is less than Q1 and Q2. I mean, that's just insane. Wall Street's not really going to like it. Total auto revenue excluding credits is over $24 billion. So that's good. It's more than Q1's. Total GAAP gross margin, 17.7%. Here's the thing. Check this out, guys. Operating margin, 9.4%. Less than Q2's. I am expecting a lower operating margin than in Q2's because they sold less than Q2 and they sold it at a lower price in Q3. So I think 9.4 makes sense in my opinion. Now I do think the street is saying a whole lot less than that, but we're going to continue with this. Net income GAAP over 2.5 billion, net income non-GAAP almost 3 billion. So again, more than Q1's. Well, I mean, non-GAAP is Q1 is more than Q3's, but non-GAAP Q3 is more than Q1 just with maybe like $30 million. EPS of 85 cents. The street right now is saying 73, 74 cents. I believe, I know they're all different, but Yahoo is saying 74 cents. 85 cents is what I'm saying here. So I don't know. Let's see if this will happen. Comment down below. What is your Q3 EPS prediction? 85 cents is what I'm saying is going to happen. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Most likely I'm probably going to be wrong. But nonetheless, there's all a prediction, not facts, obviously. Let's go see what the stock price would be. If you guys are ready, man, smash that like button. I know I keep saying smash that like button, but smash that like button. Come on, let's go. Right now the PE is around 73, which would give it a stock price at the moment, not after Q3 earnings, but at the moment of around just below 260, which is my price target for 2023 since last year, around 260. So if we want to maintain these prices, let's say 260, what it is right now, we gotta have a higher PE because look at this, guys, the EPS on a quarterly basis is getting less. So you do need a higher PE for this. With that, we need a PE of around 79, maybe around the 80s, 79.5 to be around the 260 mark if you want to keep it here. Now here's the thing, this is a beat. If they can do 85 cents and street is saying 74, 75 cents, That's a 10-cent beat. And if they do beat it, I do expect some sort of a optimism in the market for Tesla, probably giving the PE as high as 85, maybe 90, just itching the 300 mark. If Cybertruck news comes out, maybe we can break past that, maybe to 310, 315. Nothing to do with Q3 at all, because now everyone's going to be looking forward, getting numbers now, 2 million vehicles, the price is now 50,000. Imagine the revenue and profits off that. Then I can probably see PE going as high as 95, 100, possibly even 105 in the 340s, 350s, around there, because it'll be a lot of optimism in the market. Because now they got 2 million pre-orders of the Cybertruck, and now they can make it and sell it, which will bring in billions for Tesla. So that's really cool. But I'm going to be a little bit more conservative and just give it a PE of, let's say, around 85. 279, 280, around there. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, everyone becomes pessimistic and we hear no news from the Cybertruck, probably go down to a PE of 70, 230s, 65, 213s. If we go down to a 60, that's breaking the 200 mark. But I doubt we're going to go down there unless we have some sort of a panic in the market, a bad panic. So I'm just going to put 85 PE around there. I think this would be a fair price for Tesla. And with this suspense of the Cybertruck news and all that kind of stuff. Again, if the news comes out, I'm sure a higher PE is the case. But let's go ahead and take a look at Q4. In Q4, I increased the average selling price from 43,000 to 43 and a quarter, only because I do suspect that SNX do get sold more because it's Q4. Usually, a lot of customers do buy vehicles at the end of the year for, Christmas time and all that kind of stuff. So I do suspect the average selling price would be a bit more than that. Credits, I reduced it down to 375 million. You guys can see services and leasing. Vehicle gross profits, I increased it back to 17.5%. I'm going to go into that why in a bit, but energy around 2.5 billion in revenue and profits of $500 million, which would be absolutely insane. Operating costs about $2.1 billion, taxes 275, other income $650 million. Now the reason why I put vehicle gross profits at 17.5% is because I do believe in Q4 they're going to deliver 500,000 vehicles. Obviously, economy scale does work in Tesla's benefit in that case, and average selling price has been increased as well. So both those together will give a vehicle gross profits, pouring to Q2. Not too sure if that will happen or not, but guessing here, that's what I think will happen. So 500,000 vehicle deliveries. Look at that. We have a record total automotive revenue of over $21.6 billion. Total auto revenue ex credits almost $28 billion. Total GAAP gross profits of 18.5%. An operating margin of 10.9%. Now that's going to be a big shocker if this happens in Q4. That's going to be a really big shocker. 10.9%. You went from 9.6, 9.4 and almost back to 11% in Q4. That's crazy. That would mean 2024 is going to be an awesome year for Tesla. Net income gap will be over $3.4 billion and non-GAAP almost $3.9 billion. Look at this, guys. Total revenue in the last 4 quarters is over $100 billion and net income over $11 billion. So absolutely a sheesh moment. EPS of $1.11. That would be awesome if that's the case in Q4. That would mean in 2024 in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, these numbers are going to be history. That's all I got to say. But EPS on a fiscal year is still lower than Q3's. We went from 3.39 to 3.51 to 3.28 to 3.20. That would mean if you want to maintain the 279 in Q3, we need to have a higher PE, which would be a PE of 87. And this will be the stock price of 279. Now here's the thing. By Q4, and when this number gets released in Q4, it's probably going to be when the Cybertruck is already out, because this is going to be the first quarter of 2024. So Cybertruck is coming out. We have some probably other news coming in. So I do think a PE of 95 would probably make sense. Actually hitting over $304 per share, probably in the 100 PEs, around 320. If we want to get really bullish here and the market is really optimistic, 105 PE around 336. But I'm going to give it a PE of 90 here. I do think staying conservative makes sense. 288, maybe 95, 304. Heck, let's just give it a PE of 94 so we can have it over 300 or just at 300. Happy? But if the market is not happy with this and we don't have the Cybertruck and there is other bad news coming in, they continue to reduce prices, maybe a PE of 80, maybe 75, 65 even. I think around these prices would make sense. And if we do have a panic sell or a big sell-off in the market, probably. But I'm going to, back to 94 PE. I think this would make sense here. Again, guys, this will be between January 21st of 2024 to April 20th of 2024. So really 300 bucks per share by then, I think does make sense. That's all I'm saying. Overall, if you guys see here, total deliveries in 2023 is over 1.8 million vehicles. Year-over-year growth from 2022 to 2023 is 39%, which is an absolute sheesh moment. Realistic price ranges that I think will happen at the end of the year is anywhere between 270 and 330. Again, guys, this is only a prediction and a prediction alone. Take all this with a grain of salt and do your DD. So guys, take this EPS in mind, 85 cents. If they can hit 85 cents, I'm happy with. Anything below that, it's going to be a little concerning. A little bit, not too much. Let's see how Q4 will be. But I think 85 cents does make sense. The street is saying 74 cents. They may bump it up to 78 cents at the end of maybe in a couple of days or so. You know how Wall Street works. But I'm saying 85 cents. But nonetheless, this is all quarterly and anything could happen on a quarterly basis. We're saying Q4 is going to be a monstrous quarter. But at the end of the day, we do have to keep things realistic on the short term. In 2022, I predicted that in 2023, the price target for Tesla is going to be around 260. And guess what? It's been hitting this number or hovering around this number for the past 4 months or something. So I guess I can say I was right. Haha. But in 2024, I've already made a price target for then as well. And you guys can check the video over here. It's a sheesh moment, guys. You won't be disappointed. Trust me, you guys will have a good time there and get some great value and information. Guys, get your merch. I bought the dip merch or your dollar cost averaging shirt. I'm wearing one right now. Thank you for your support if you guys did get one, and the mugs and all that kind of stuff. And subscribe for more. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.